Goeiedag, good day, fellow South Africans and citizens of the world. Yep, the old fart is back. The Sangomas have not got to him yet. And it ain't likely to happen anytime soon. So, to the Sangomas, you know the story. Pog Mahon. Okay, now getting serious. This is another story about a family in South Africa and how they have been impacted by the racist ANC and South African government. And this lady writes, I'm an American that emigrated to South Africa 8 years ago. Due to numerous reasons, I'm facing now having to leave South Africa. I'm married to a wonderful Afrikaans man and am raising 2 Afrikaans boys who were born in this country. Due to the visa regulations and finances, I will possibly be returning to the States, leaving my husband and children here in South Africa. Although there is neither finances to renew my visa here, nor fly me back to the States, we know a way will be made. Our only option is to pray that we can make a way to reunite us soon. My heart breaks to be leaving South Africa and the beautiful Afrikaans culture. Now, did you hear that word? The beautiful Afrikaans culture? I have to tell you guys that, I interacted with the Afrikaans culture, and it is a beautiful culture. It is really incredible. And it's one of the foundations of this channel. Sorry, I'll get back to what she says. My heart breaks to be leaving South Africa and the beautiful Afrikaans culture that has given me so much. I have written a letter to the Afrikaans community on my experiences in Afrikaans and would love it if you would be willing to share it. Yes, I'm happy to do that. And here we go. Today, I would like to write a letter to all the Afrikaners from the most inside perspective you can get from an outsider. 8 years ago, I made the decision to come to South Africa. The reasons are long and varied, and it would take another book to tell the story. Let's just say I do not regret the decision to emigrate from America to South Africa. My husband and I met a total of 3 times over a 2-week period when I phoned him 7 months later, giving him 48 hours notice that I would be landing in South Africa. 60 days later, we were married. Now, that is extraordinary. We talk about soulmates and just knowing and stuff like that. This is just extraordinary. And the disaster that is South Africa is screwing up so many beautiful stories like this. Okay, let me get back to what she writes. 60 days later, we were married. In May 2017, it will be our 8th year anniversary. I thought through my studies of South Africa, I knew what I was getting into. Even before I met my husband, I was planning a trip to South Africa. I believed I was going to come here and change lives. I was going to help the impoverished and heal brokenness. It is my life that has been irrevocably changed. It is my eyes that have been opened. Upon landing in South Africa, my father-in-law, was at the airport to greet us. His first words to me were, Suid-Afrika is nie vir pissies nie, which means South Africa is not for, people who don't have guts. I would learn how true his words were. My husband is Afrikaans, and my children are being raised Afrikaans to the best of my abilities. My Afrikaans is pretty good too, even if I must say so myself. With everything going on in this land, I am proud to have called it a home. My current situation makes renewing my visa impossible, and immigrating my family back to the United States even more daunting. Now you can imagine the situation where she's an American lady, her kids are born in South Africa with a South African, and the visa complications. This is just so sad. It is just so sad. And this is happening right now in South Africa. With everything going on in this land, I'm proud to have called it a home. My current situation makes renewing my visa impossible and immigrating my family back to the States even more daunting. I'm facing returning to the States alone. I'm facing an unknown amount of time away from my husband and children. Despite all of this, I would do it all again. I am proud to be a part of an Afrikaans family. Most Afrikaners are, and you should be too. Afrikaans is not just a language, but let's face it, dit voel beter as jy vloek in Afrikaans. She's got a great sense of humor, this girl. She says it's a way of life. It is saying and tannie because those older than us deserve respect. Now, I have so many subscribers here who email me and they say, Scott, and I love that. I mean, I really do love that. And that is what we're talking about. And here lies a chasm between the Bantu people and the Afrikaners. When the Bantu people, IM even those who agree with me, there's no relationship, whereas many of the Afrikaners who IM me in my various videos say and when they email me they call me Scott, and I love that. I'm happy to be your after all, I am the old fart on YouTube. Okay. Sorry, I'm totally distracted. Okay, let's get back to what this lady says. I'm proud to be part of an Afrikaans family. Most Afrikaners are, and you should be too. Afrikaans is not just a language, but let's face it, dit voel beter as jy vloek in Afrikaans. It's a way of life. It is saying and tannie because those older than you deserve respect. Okay, we're back to where I was just now. Not just because of age, but because of the life lived, the good times, and the lessons learned from mistakes. It is because respect is a huge part of Afrikaans, and I have to totally agree with that. I think it is it is almost like the wall between two cultures, the Bantu and the white Afrikaners, and probably most whites. The Bantu have absolutely no respect today for elders. Absolutely no respect. And I've seen this firsthand in the messages in my forum. All right, continuing. It is having coffee with a tannie down the street because she is lonely. It is my husband helping a neighbor with repairs because we are a community. It is a braai because of the kaya, not just the food. It is the biltong and rugby, because that's our team, even when we are losing. This is a rechte Afrikaner vrou, even though she sounds like she says she's American. She's sounding very Afrikaans right now. But that's fine. That's great, you know. It's lovely when people can just be one. But when governments and crap pulls us apart, that is a human rights violation. And that's what's happening here in this that I'm talking about. Anyway, I'll just continue with what she says. My husband and I have made it 8 years, having hardly known each other, because in Afrikaans we fix what is broken. 'n boer maak 'n plan, né? Not just throw it away. You never throw anything away that you're building. But the bloody black Africans, they destroy things that have been built. Yeah, they would break down anything and just destroy it. It's just so sad. The cultures are so different. My experience in Afrikaans is sitting up until 3 a.m. with our brothers, having coffee and talking, because Afrikaans is family. It's watching the boer get out at 2 a.m. to help another boer put out a fire on his land. It is seeing the boer nurse a bok through a difficult labour in sweltering heat, and see his mourn when she doesn't pull through. My experience in Afrikaans is that hierdie land is nie vir pissies nie. The Afrikaans men and women I know fight for what they believe in. Now, I need to explain to people who don't speak Afrikaans that what she's saying when she says hierdie land is nie vir pissies nie, is she means this land is not for people who are cowards. She goes on to say, it's hours spent making a proper Sunday dinner with the family, playing cards around the kitchen table and laughing until our stomachs hurt. It's making sure my dishcloths are spotless, my house is clean, and my family's clothes are ironed because I respect myself. This culture has taught me to forgive past mistakes. Family is always first, and Ma is always right. Don't you just love a culture like that? And this is what the chasm between the Bantu culture and the Afrikaner culture is. It is just so tragic. She continues to say, no, my time in this country has not been all sunshine and daisies. I've struggled with the paperwork and hassles of home affairs. I've sat back while people talked about me, not understanding what they are saying. I've seen my husband turned down for countless jobs because of economic situations. Read B-E-E. I've seen the struggles of the people of this land. I've cried at the foot of the Plaasmoeder Memorial. Yeah, we all have. The Plaasmoeder Memorial, the one that you see, which is on that hillside, is actually at Petersburg, which is right up north near the Bait Bridge crossing to Zimbabwe. It is an amazing thing to see. You drive down the road to Petersburg, and you look up to your right, and there it is. It's just this huge cross of white crosses. It's just crazy. It's just so sad. So when I get asked why haven't we immigrated back, why would I come here, I like to tell people, Afrikaans is a family that has never turned their backs on me. Afrikaans is teaching my boys to be men with respect. morals and values. It is a life that upholds a woman's place, giving to the modern world, but demanding a proper home. Afrikaans pushes my husband to fulfill his role, not lined for modernism to belittle his place in the home. Afrikaans is God above all. Yep, you heard it right. If you turn the clock back 100 years, the Afrikaans in South Africa today reflect the moral culture that most white people once held. And the Afrikaans people in South Africa still hold that culture. Now, doesn't that say something to you? She goes on to say, Afrikaans is not the history, but respect for mistakes, media and pride for what was accomplished. Afrikaans is not the decisions of our forefathers, but recognition for what they went through. Afrikaans is not racism, but love for the culture and land. Afrikaans is a papay. And let me say that again. Papay. Never heard that word in Afrikaans before, but it is what it is. So let's do it again. Afrikaans is a papay and bedtime kisses. Afrikaans is a song and a sokkie. Afrikaans is a velkoek and cook sisters. Oh God, I love those cook sisters. You know what a cook sister is? For those people who are not from South Africa and don't know South African food, cook sisters are, it's like a pastry, but it's covered in honey and syrup and, oh my God, I don't know what it is, but you crunch into that and it is like instant heaven. It is a beautiful of Afrikaans traditional pudding or a cake. It is just so beautiful. Okay. Afrikaans is veldsoek and cook sisters. Afrikaans is a braai. Braai is a barbecue where you cook meat over a fire. And I remember those so well. A potjie en 'n naweek by die dam. In other words, a weekend by the dam. Suid-Afrika is nie Afrikaans nie, maar Afrikaans is Suid-Afrika. So what she's saying here is South Africa is not Afrikaans, but Afrikaans is South Africa. Dankie aan my family wat altyd by my staan. She's saying here, thank you for my family, which is always standing by me. Dankie aan die mense van hierdie cultuur wat my groot gemaak het. And she says, thank you for the people that have made me a bigger person. And finally she says, dankie dat ek kan deel wees van hierdie land. And I'll leave that to the Afrikaners to interpret. Alright guys, look, this is just another reflection from a real person talking about their real history. Please remember to subscribe to be kept informed and have a great day. Bye for now.